Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm gonna make yogurt and I'm gonna take you along on the journey. We have lots of milk and we have lots of hungry mouths to feed, so let's prepare for some snacks. So we'll be heating up this milk to 180. I'm stirring it occasionally. Just have it on medium low heat. It takes a good while for it to heat to 180. So this milk is almost 180 now. I'm taking off the skin. I'm just gonna give it another stir. Just a couple more minutes and then it will be 180. I'm gonna give this milk a water bath. I want it to cool down quickly so that I can add the starter and then leave it. Okay, so our milk has cooled down. It's at 109 right now. So I'm just gonna take the skin off one more time because I don't like the skin on there afterwards. You get little gray pieces when you leave the skin on. So I'm just gonna take that off. We don't need a thermometer anymore. And this is yogurt from my last batch. So I'm just gonna put some of this warm milk in here. And give it a good shake. And then mix the yogurt, this is a starter I call it, into the warm milk. I like to have my milk between 100 and 110 when I mix the starter in. And I usually ferment my yogurt, so it's around noon now, just after lunch. And I like to ferment it till tomorrow morning. So it's probably about 14 to 16 hours that I like to ferment it. Okay, just gonna stop the milk. All right, and I'm gonna put the lid on. This is the next day. We'll open our yogurt and see what we have. So this is 20 hours later, and you see I have a little bit of whey on top here, and I'm just gonna put it in this strainer. I put a cloth in there. It's not a cheesecloth, because if you put yogurt with only a cheesecloth, it'll come through. You see how thick it is? It's very, very thick. And I will only let it drain for like maybe 2 or so hours. I even managed to splash. And then after 2 hours, enough whey will have come out so that it's going to be nice and thick. It's very thick yogurt. You don't have to ferment it for 20 hours, but this is what you get when you do. That is so satisfying. Let's get every last bit of that yogurt out. Okay, so this has strained for just over 2 hours now. You see how much whey has come out? It's quite a lot, but we're gonna have a nice thick yogurt. I ended up tying these corners together so that it wouldn't drip out. I'm just gonna untie it and then I'm gonna show you how I am going to sweeten this and store this. And this is the benefit of not using cheesecloth. It comes out so easy. This is a very nice cloth for this. All right. So now you see this is very thick. and the texture is not as smooth as I like it. So I'm just gonna whip it up with the hand mixer a little bit. Okay, this looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just fill this little jar up, and this is gonna be my starter for next time. I'm putting it in a special jar so no one will eat it. Okay, now we're gonna add our sweetener. And I don't measure the sweetener, I just add some and then I mix it and I would taste test it afterwards to see if it's sweet enough or not. I like to add some vanilla as well. And same thing here, I do not measure it. And I'm just gonna mix it one more time. Okay, so I had some questions about if it's not getting runny when I sweeten it with maple syrup. And now you see, it's not runny at all. It's very thick, and it will be even thicker after I've put it in the fridge for a day or so. So I'm gonna fill out my jars here, or actually I'm gonna taste test it first. Make sure it's sweet enough. Nope, it's not sweet enough. I'll be adding more syrup. So if you want like a thinner yogurt, so where it's drinkable, you would not strain it off. You would leave the whey in there. And I've had that where I've strained it too much and then it becomes gritty. So it has to be 2 hours is enough. Okay, so we're gonna fill up these jars and then they'll be ready for the fridge. We'll have lots of healthy snacks on hand. And for this recipe, I used about 2 gallons of milk. We're not quite 2 gallons of milk because the pot that I was using couldn't hold quite 2 gallons. Almost 2 gallons of milk, and then I used about half a cup of starter, the yogurt. I did heat the milk to 180 and then let it cool down to between 100 and 110. I added my starter and then I put it in the microwave above the stove. That is usually a warm place because we're always cooking, and then the warmth from cooking goes up and that'll keep it nice and warm. And like I said, I left it for 20 hours and that's what we have. So there you go. Hope you're inspired to try this very easy snack idea.
This is how thick it is the next day. It is just very nice and thick yogurt. I'm going to share with you one more way to give yogurt a good flavor. And this is a berry flavor. So I have some blackberry and some strawberry and some mixed berry that I'm adding here. Dehydrate the berries and then we put them in the Vitamix blender and crush them up. And then we add it to the yogurt. You will also need to add a little bit of something to sweeten it. I did add a little bit of maple syrup and a little bit of xylitol. There you have it. Thank you for watching.